Hello, and welcome to He Is Coming. Right. Oh, I am... Funnily enough, normally I've usually got like a big backlog of these. Ooh, who have we got first, by the way? The Iron Shell Snail gains 5 acid at the start. He's got 50 armor. We want to put just a bit more acid on him if we can. I guess we'll start doing like some purity stuff. I still think purity is going to be the way that we beat the boss. It's either going to be a purity run, or it's going to be some kind of... Oh, that actually works against the... does it? Yeah, I guess we could use it against the snail, but then we could buff it so we just give a bajillion acid to the other person. Anyway, yeah, I've normally got loads of these, like, in reserve. In fact, the silver scale might be better. Yeah, because that's on the hit, so it's really only going to do... Yeah, mind you, if you've given them acid... Yeah, this is probably better for this fight, specifically. Right. So we'll go that. But yeah, normally I've got a bunch of these all in a backlog, but I got like a week and odds worth all put together in one big backlog. Because I knew that this week, like this past week and a bit, there's like Ghost of Yote, there were Battlefield releasing, there were the Steam Next Fest. So I've been completely inundated with stuff to try and get through. Okay, we're swapping the weapon. We're getting the slime sword. That's perfect for this fight. And then, this weekend, literally hours before I've settled down to do this, I guess we'll find out what the Serpent Basin's about here. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of snakes. Armor, I suppose. Anyway, yeah. So this weekend for me, it was the local Comic-Con, which it's just an event at like a local like leisure centre thing where it's not like one of the massive ones. Ooh, we could get rid of Slime Arm and go for Squires. Or could even go Clear Spring Watermelon. You know what, we'll go for the Squire armor, hoping that it'll get upgraded. And then we don't have to deal with the acid. Yeah, so I've been at this, yeah, it's basically more like a gaming market, I guess, would probably be a better description. We'll take that instead of the gloves, and we can probably start heading back. At this point, find the ferry, and we'll head to the golem. But yeah, so I've basically been to a little gaming and nerdy market. I got some little 3D printed things. I found that they had. If you've ever seen these like little 3D printed eggs, they seem to be getting around a lot lately, and they've got like a little dragon inside. Someone had done like their own like spin on it, where it was a little 3D printed egg, but it was an alien egg and it had a face hugger in. So I got that for like a tenner. The random crap you buy. Right. If I'm doing a purity run, the watermelon and the feather are better. Mind you, I would need means of actually getting more purity if I'm going to do that. Because at the moment I'm only going to get the one. Yeah, we'll get rid of the squires then. We'll go... Battle start, decrease random status effect by 1. Exposed and wounded, decrease random status effect by 1. We'll go with that, I guess, and... Or maybe we do this. Right, let's stop opening chests, because we've got no room. But yeah, so I got that. could give them even more acid, but right, just stop opening chests. We can't carry anything. Get these turned into stuff and then go fight the... Well, go open some more chests, then fight the boss and see if you can save a day or so extra time here. So I reckon with the slime sword, we're probably good to go. Especially if we can get like an attack oil on it. Right. But yeah, so I've got a few knickknacks. Ended up getting like a little pocket watch with like a Game of Thrones like stuff inscribed on it, like it was a Stark themed one, so there's like a wolf on it and stuff. But what I did find were quite nice. There were someone there selling like custom made Nerf guns that are like shell ejecting, and they were like replica ones from films and games and stuff. So I've got myself ordered a like big, I think it's like a bolter from Warhammer that I'm gonna be. So I've got a bolter Nerf gun that works, that's getting made for me. That'll probably get in a few weeks. But yeah, I have had a busy week. So I'm now at the point where I'm filming these on the day of release, because between that and then all the we're gonna have to go around. Oh, we're not gonna make it to that bonfire. Where's the golem? I need to find him before. There he is. He's up there. Get him. But yeah, I have had a busy week doing lots of stuff. Right, so let's get all that done. So we've got tons of armour, but we will stun ourselves forever. And we'll get 2 purity at the start of battle. If I go to this beaver, can I survive this beaver? I'm not sure I can survive the beaver. Go this way. Let's open these chests. That works against a snail. Muscle potion? Maybe? Yeah, we need to... Here's hoping we fight this... we win against this beaver. We do get a lot of acid at the start as well now, that has to be kept in mind. It'll be a bit close, but we do win. Right. He's got 9 acid. Holy. We've done pretty well with the acid, and we've got loads of armour. And in fact, because even though we get stunned from this petrifying flask, he is just caked in acid. So it doesn't matter. What does matter, however, is the fact that we're now very close to death. A little bit too close, if you ask me. We can get another muscle potion. That's pretty good. We're gonna damn well need it. Right, let's just have a look at the slime. So it's gonna do 2 damage. And it gives me 6 acid. I would die to that slime. I would definitely die to the slime. Oh, we can give our weapon an edge. Convert speed to armour. Every 3 strikes give them Riptide, yes. We give ourselves and the enemy acid. Okay, so we definitely want like the watermelon. And whatever else we can get that might... Oh dear, we might have screwed ourselves here. Clear spring, yeah. We want things that are going to... basically help us yeah, we basically want to get things that are going to help us get rid of status effects. Ooh, it's going to be... Yeah, I think we got caught between them then. Even if we'd have gone after the slime, it would have... I didn't keep track of the day closing to an end. Right. We're up against... Oh, this guy is gonna... He's gonna give us acid and convert all our health to armor, so... Well, we're gonna have loads of armor anyway, well... I'm gonna try this again, see if I can get like a little clear spring thing going. Or maybe we are just gonna... Oh no, we can get a squire. Okay, we're gonna be a squire this time. Sunken... We had some decent look at the Sunken Palace last time, but it might be a little bit early to go here. But if we can get a nice bit of money from here... Uh-oh. Go for this one. We should be able to beat him. They hit like a truck though, these. So early on they're quite nasty. We can handle one, but two would kill us. Maybe the Scorched Hill might not be bad now because we didn't get tons of money from that, but we definitely did. Combine two items into a random item of heroic rarity. Okay. We're definitely doing a purity run. Okay. That's going to give us tons of purity. Right. And we can gain even more. We definitely want something that's gonna yeah. We want something that's gonna be able to remove status effects so we can get rid of his purity and turn it all into health and damage. Right. Definitely want to do that. But yeah, what might be an idea when we're leveled up a bit more here is, because we've had some good luck going to the Sunken Palace, getting a load of money, and then going and battling, well, going and battling enemies on the merchantile and then buying a load of stuff. So this guy's going to be mostly health, so poison might help here. But, yeah, we haven't really... There's not really all good in that pile there that we just sifted through, but let's see what we've got here. Merchantile, I guess, just for lack of anything really better to do with our time here. We'll grab Clear Spring Feather. Okay, the build is coming together. I want that watermelon now. Oh, turtle. Got him. We've not got an edge, so we can get 3 regen or stun the enemy for 1 turn. I guess we'll gain a load of regen. Actually, that might have been the bad choice, because that means that if we go and get a load of Clear Spring stuff, it might target the regen instead. I should have gone for the stun. I realised it after I'd clicked it. I'm like, ah. Yeah, whatever. Just get me to the next day. Right. Luckily he doesn't do much damage, and we've beaten him. Let's see if we can get... this chest, see if we get all good. We've now got a knight's blade, which is way better. Holy, okay, that is, yeah, that's 5 damage. That's actually, that's like epic quality equivalent, that. We need to sleep. I hate to just waste time like this, but we need to sleep. We're against the tortoise. So, yeah. Just... yeah. All that's going to do acid, really. First time enemy gains poison, stun them. Expose. Lose 3 health and gain 8 armor. Not awful. Or we can get the Thunderbound Saber. Stun yourself for 2 turns. 6 damage. Yeah, we've got 5 damage. It's a lot better. On hit, lose health and gain armor. That can kill you though, is the problem. Expose, stun the enemy for 1 turn. It's not exactly fantastic, this stuff. Let's re-roll it. If you have any status effects, spend 1 speed to decrease a random status effect by 1. That's not bad. Spend 1 acid to gain 2 attack. I have acid, don't I? Oh no, that was the previous run. So we have purity, and we can give the enemy acid, but we don't have acid ourselves. So slime armor would go stupidly good with that. To a ridiculous degree, like it's worth going and finding some slime armor. We can definitely get this, and that works with our build. Right, let's see if we can find some slime armor. Slime armor or watermelon? There's some slime armor. Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to change that edge on our blade. It is getting in the way. That also gives us acid. Spend 1 speed to decrease venom status effect by 1. Yeah. Thing is, giving the enemy 1 acid, yeah, the tortoise could really do with getting some acid. The sour lemon would work with what we're doing here. But because then it gives us the extra speed for this as well. You know what? Let's do it. We'll do that. And we could use that slime booster, but it's a case of... it's probably better to get that than the helmet. The helmet's not that rare, we can probably come across another if we really want to. That should work. So we'll gain 2 acid, then we'll spend 1 of that acid to gain 2 attack, and then we're going to start decreasing things. We'll probably decrease either the acid or that bit of purity, but we'll start decreasing it, spending a bit of speed, and now this has given us the speed to basically make sure we can keep removing the purity that we'll be gaining, which should heal us and give us plenty of extra attack, enough attack that we can actually start breaking through the rock shell tortoise here. Theoretically, that's how this should work. I hope that it does, and I hope that it's enough, but we're as tough as we're going to get without changing our build. So let's see if this is enough. So we're on 7 attacks, so we're basically doing 3 damage a turn to him. But he's got 1 acid, so we melt his acid a bit every turn as well. And we've just removed some purity, so our damage is steadily going up. So we've finally got the purity build we wanted, which I think this has probably got the most hydra killing potential. I mean, just look what it's done to the turtle. Absolutely destroyed the turtle. Let's see if we can find that helmet again. We can't, but we can get more armour. Right. I think we might have enough to buy it as well. The slime heart. Remove your acid and restore health for each acid removed. Sure. That'll work for now. Yep, might as well. Ferryman is up there. I'd change our edge on our weapon now, but we don't have the money, so... Let's make a point of fighting things to gain some cash. And we'll go to a Golem home, get that slime armor turned into a golden version, and see if we can maybe pick up one more item to just kind of round off the run here. Just kind of, you know, round off our build. There's a haggle hut we can check out. Right. While you have regen, gain 3 attack. Whenever you restore health, give the enemy 1 poison. You can only equip 1 of those. That could be pretty useful. Every time we remove purity, we'll give the enemy 1 poison. Mind you, poison is... if you have no armor, take damage equal to poison at turn start, remove 1 stack of poison at turn start. So since we'll only be putting bits and bats on, the muscle growth is probably better for us. So that could work. Right, I think we're on the outside edge of the island at the moment, so we'll try to move in closer. Oh, he gave me so much acid. And the slime heart. Right, that's the point. I didn't see that. These were all battle start. I think I kind of assumed this was. It's actually wounded. So at the moment, we'll gain 1 acid. Spend that acid to gain 2 attack. We'll also have an acid from there, so we'll have 1 acid. 2 acid. In fact, that should go before that. So yeah, we'll have... basically 3 acid, then we'll remove 1, gain 2 attack, then we'll decrease 1 status effect, which might be acid, it might be regen, or it might be purity, and we'll give it to the enemy, and then we'll remove another acid from here. So well, again, it might not be acid, it might be something else. And if we eventually lower our health enough, we'll remove all the acid and gain 2 health for each, which is... that's not bad, but I think if there's any item here that we could probably replace, it's most likely the slime heart. Given that it's probably only going to give us a little bit of extra health, if we can find something like that muscle growth thing back there that's going to give us 3 temporary attack basically at the start of the fight. But that said, that's probably not even worth buying because we're looking to change the edge of our weapon, which would mean that we're going to get rid of that regen anyway. So there's no point getting that. Look at the goddamn damage though. Yeah, we're on a champion's blade now. It's got 7 base attack. Holy. Like the unsung hero of this run, the frigging Giga sword here that we have, you know. Got like the Buster sword from Final Fantasy, just derping around with that thing. Right. We could get a poison one or a riptide. So every 3 strikes we're gonna do 5 additional damage. Whereas with this it will do 2 damage. Then the next turn it will do an extra 1 damage, and then the third turn it'll do another 2. So it's honestly these are the same. Damage wise they're about the same. It's just, do you have a preference for poison or riptide? And the answer is neither really. Right, if we can kill a couple more enemies, we can change the edge of our weapon. So we'll try and do that. There's the watermelon. Right. I'm not sure there are that many enemies between here and the end. Right, let's hurry over here. Okay, we might have absolutely just nailed them here. These enemies, yes, there's one. Right. Jesus Christ, the amount of stuff that it does before we even hit them. Okay, I think I'm good. We just want to replace this. Riptide will be fine. Wasted a lot of time there, but again at this point we're not doing loads. Boneyard Bog, we might find a rare item that's useful. Honestly, Muscle Potion, really tempting to take that instead of Slime Heart. But will not. Really much there either. I'm wanting to get the where are we? Ooh. Ooh. I think that does beat the Slime Heart finally. We can merge those together at a golem. Let's see if we can find the what's it, the grave before we go. We might find that we'd rather take what's in the grave. And remember, we've got 2 rerolls, so we can reroll it, see if we can find like a particularly good like purple item. So we might just take that instead of trying to do the thing with the golems. Right, grave's up there. We can probably only do that and then rush to get to the golem. If we do get to the golem though, even then it's dubious as to whether he'll actually, whether we'll actually find him and do it in time. Expose, remove all poison and gain armor for each poison removed. Interesting, could be very good against the... No, we don't need a weapon, that's for sure. Give the enemy acid equal to your speed. We've got a decent bit of... Oh, start of battle. We could use that against the acid one. I feel when you banish a weapon, it always, yeah, it seems to always give you another weapon. Okay. Exposed. We don't have tons of armor. By the time we get to the poison hydra head, we'll have lost most of our armor anyway, so that will not be useful. The acidic wither leaf. At the start of battle, give the enemy acid equal to your speed, which will be 6. We have a lot of speed. I think this is probably fine, and we can take that instead of the watermelon. We've got every possible oil. I don't think there's much we can do in the time we've got left. We haven't got room to carry anything else. So we can't pick up another gold item. So I think that's going to be it. In fact, we want this to be in front of the opal there, so we don't spend any speed before we use it. Right. Fight the boss. It could be the run. Right. So whatever we fight first, we're going to give 6 acid to them. The first one, the acid head, is just going to give me a bit of acid. It's not really that big of a deal. And I'm getting rid of status effects anyway. I don't think he's a big problem. Now, the poison one, I think, is a problem. I think poison and riptide are probably the ones that are potentially going to do the most to us here. We'll get rid of the poison, though. Yeah. I'm not certain we're going to beat this, but we shall see. There's all that acid. We'll lose some, gain some attack. Lose all that. There we go. We inflict riptide as well, remember, every few strikes, so we're doing an absolute massive amount of damage. Right. Yeah, I was right. The acid one didn't even phase us. Right. We're already absolutely chunking through this guy. We remove the riptide because we're amazing. And now it's the stun one. This is where we could face some real problems. We heal a bit, gain some attack, but we're stunned. He loses a ton of armor, we're still stunned, and then he kills us. I think that's the closest we've gotten for a long while. We didn't just, you know, we got to the boss. It's like, no, we got through. We got through a fair chunk of him then. Like, we really gave him a run for the money. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking, this is a really good build. Like, this is. I'm trying to think what, we needed more sustainability there. It's like even all this purity where we're healing and we're getting all this stuff and we've got this insanely powerful sword, we are still not getting through this hydra. I'm just trying to think of the kind of ridiculous run this is going to take. Maybe we need to look more into... I mean, we're getting through it. We're getting a lot of these items now. We're beyond the halfway point. Just, but we are beyond the halfway point. So enter sinkholes in a run, equip 4 more tomes, defeat swampland hydra. Well, we're not doing that anytime without any oils or anything new. 40 or more health in a single battle. Stun an enemy 5 or more times in a single battle. Have 10 or more poison. Have 4 different instruments. Have 2 eggs. Is it Boneyard Bog? Gain 4 more additional strikes in a battle. Have 2 cooked cauldron items in your inventory. That might be more doable. We still haven't beaten the stone scale basilisk. Have a diamond tome. Okay. We can still keep trying though. But we're getting a good amount of stuff unlocked. I think, yeah, soon enough, we'll probably, yeah, but, like you can imagine, some of these items could be really powerful and completely change how you play. Like, I remember we got that one run where we were dealing with the bubble gloop staff and... No, it wasn't the bubble gloop, it was the... I think it's one of the base items that you don't unlock, so I don't think it'll be here. I think it was like, we call like the arcane wand or arcane staff or something, where it deals damage each turn based on how many tomes you're carrying. We had like that and explosive arrow, that got very close. Maybe we need to do that again. We might have to, yeah, we might have to look out if we can, if we do come across that arcane wand and it's early in the run, maybe we just go straight to the ferryman and just try to, and you know, just keep going to him until he takes us to the glyph ruins and just pick up a bunch of tomes. Give that another go. Anyway, for now though, oh, and of course, definitely going to the Sunken Palace now we're a bit more confident with it, and then whipping by the shop at some point midway through the run, getting some good rares. That definitely seems to be helping us. So, because we did a similar strat on the woodland, we'd always go. I remember I'd just run around, kill a bunch of enemies, and then you go to the. In fact, I think it might have been the winning run, wasn't it, where we got the crown blade here with a gilded edge, and we just ran around and just crushed a bunch of enemies, got all the money in the world, and then went on a shopping spree until we won. We might have to see if we can repeat something like that here. Right, for now though, thank you very much for watching. This has been Here's Coming, and I am going to spend the last day that the next fest is on going and probably playing through some more of the Ark Raiders playtest and feel the bits and bobs while the weekend's still on. I'll see you next time. I'll see you then.